Welcome to the Dork Forest. Jackie and her pals will never bore us. Shameless confessions
about our obsession
will make us laugh and smile. So let's explore the Dork Forest and dork out for a while.
Hey, it's Jackie Cation, and Jackie Fabulous just left my house, and it was a great episode. You're about to listen to a very funny episode, which we bring up many dorkdoms. I don't know that we talk about them, but every 15 minutes a new one is introduced. Okay, let's do the credits. Mike Rickberg composed and sang that song you just heard. He's going to sing his words to the Mexican hat dance at the end of the program. Patrick Brady is going to fix this audio, and Vilmos just redid my website, making it all pretty on the your phone. So it is got, and he just added sort of a tiny Amazon icon on the front page. So that's essentially the Amazon banner. You can go to the support the page tab page on the website, and it'll have Amazon banner and the PayPal donation link if you just want to donate. But and it's October, so please still do donate if you're thinking about donating, or you could just use the Amazon banner, where it's just a portal back into Amazon. You order like normal, and the Dork Forest gets a little bit of a kickback. So appreciate any support you have of the show. Feel free to review the show on iTunes, and I read them. You can email me if you want, Jackie@JackieCation.com. I'm not doing a lot of dork addendums right now because I'm on the road so much, but I am reading them, and I am responding to your emails individually, if not reading them aloud on dork addendums, because it's been a while. So, other than that, I am doing stand-up comedy this week. I can't remember where. Go to JackieCation.com. That there's a tour page there. It'll tell you where I'm going to be. And I have merch on JackieCation.com, and that is t-shirts. All the t-shirts are union made. They're Dork Forest t-shirts and Spooky Reading Girl from my stand-up t-shirts. There's also my CDs and my DVD. All of my CDs are available on iTunes and Amazon, also for free if you want to listen to them on Spotify and Pandora. And the DVD, you can the only place to get a hard copy of the DVD is at JackieCation.com, but you can stream it at ComedyFilmNerds.com for $10, which is half the price. Okay. Other than that, I think that's it. It's been great, you guys. It's going to be a great episode. Thanks for listening. Let's get into it. Hey, it's Jackie Cation. I'm in my living room. It's the Dork Forest, and I'm hanging out with Jackie Fabulous. Greg, we always see each other at Comedy and Magic Club.
Yes, all the time. And sometimes elsewhere, but I don't remember where at all.
Me neither.
And you're like, one day you're going to do my podcast, and then you would disappear in a puff of smoke.
Exactly. So yesterday, you were like, hey, can I do your podcast? And I was like, how about tomorrow? Kit's still set up in the yard.
You're like, tomorrow, 10 a.m., and here's a page of homework. I'm like, Why did I even hit her up?
Here's a page of homework. All it is what do you love? What do you love? Yeah. That's the big page. But you live just miles from me. Yeah. It's pretty close, and it's pretty great. Okay, so let's do this. Mm-hmm. I want to kind of start, well, I don't know what I want to start with, except for the fact that I started collecting pint glasses. Uh-huh. You know, I don't drink, but I started collecting pint glasses about 5 or 10 years ago, just out of the blue, like I was an old lady.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I have a lot of pint glasses.
That is like me, because
you collect coffee mugs.
You know what? You know what happened with the coffee mugs? It just happened with the fascination with doing stand-up and getting to travel and finally being a touring comic.
Right.
And I'm like, everywhere I go, at the airport, wherever, I have to get an Arizona, Vegas, whatever mug.
Oh, there you go.
So that just helps me look at my...
You're a simple woman of the people.
You're just
simple. Like, I just want
to remember that I got hired to do this.
Yes. And by the way, it's at Jackie Fabulous on Twitter and Instagram.
Everything.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Snapchat? Are you on the...
I am. Snapchat is Jackie Fabu. I'm never on it, but you go on ahead.
Go ahead, if you need to.
If you need to.
I'm on it all the time.
Really?
That's where I'm currently hiding.
I don't have it on I'm having my site redone. I didn't give them that icon to add to the follow Jackie.
Oh, right.
I'm like, I'm not on it. But then I'm like, then I feel like an old lady who's like, I don't want to get on another one of these.
Right. I want to leave something behind.
Yeah.
Is what I want to do and go on to Snapchat. But Instagram is stealing a bunch of Snapchat's algorithms. Oh. And so I can't wait till they've stolen them all. And then once I can do they do masks and filters.
Yeah.
as soon as Instagram does that, I may bail on Snapchat because the guys who owe Snapchat are like Girls Gone Wild fucks.
Really?
Yeah, they're terrible men.
They are?
Yeah, they're just banana heads. They're completely out of their minds.
I feel like Instagram was like, I thought we were friends, guys. And then guess what? We jacked you.
So do you just get a basic coffee mug? You're like, I don't care. I just need a coffee mug that says...
I want a mug that says it has to say the state or city that I'm in.
Okay.
And really just that. If there's one of the pictures of like, Arizona, the homes out there, and Jackie, my name, I'll get that.
Oh, there you go. Oh, well, they have the name.
If they have my name, I get excited.
Yep.
But what I also do, like you, any jar I drink out of, or not drink out, any jar I eat out of, mayo, jelly, pickles, mustard.
Oh, right.
I rinse it out, tear the label off, and that is now my drinking glass because pretty glasses, I break them.
Ah.
They're thin.
Right.
They don't last long. But those mason jars?
Yep.
Off a ledge. Off a cliff. Does not break.
I tell Andy, I'm like, I am a depression wife. We're going to be saving these items. And I don't know, I fold tin foil.
My mother does too.
I know. And
I do. I'm like,
my grandma does it. And
yes.
she's like, well, you could reuse that. And I'm like, okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No,
obviously.
all you did was warm a piece of corn on the cob. It's still good.
I just wipe it off. Nothing, not even no cheese even got on it. So let's do this.
Unlike my mother, who will take a tub, a butter tub, whatever, and save that. I'm not that yet.
Okay.
I go out and actually buy the container, Tupperware, or whatever.
We have some Tupperware, but we do keep like the yogurt, the big yogurt containers.
Oh, the frage or chage, whatever it's called.
But yeah, I like a Mountain View. I don't know if you've ever.
Never heard of
a
Mountain
bit
View.
of a quart, but it's a quart tub, and I will save it.
Oh, you keep those.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then just because if we have a barbecue or something and we want to send people home with their own damn food, get out.
You must not have a lot of black people come because we bring our own Tupperware. Like, girl, don't worry. I got my trunk. I got nothing but storage.
Just in case you need more storage. Excellent. I will. Yes, I want to only invite black people. That's
that way you ain't got to do nothing.
Just white people or just black people. That seems suspicious.
You know what I find? That barbecues are the only place where you could be like, look, my Uncle Harry is a racist, but if you want to come, I'm like, will you have ribs? Then I will be there.
Right. Will it be a gathering of like-minded individuals besides that fuck? And are those like-minded things barbecue chicken? Because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a grilled chicken when I go to a bar. We have this new thing. We don't have them all. I want to have them every weekend, but I'm on the road.
Barbecues?
Yeah. I want to, because we live in Los Angeles.
I know.
We have the weather. You know? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in New York, Bronx, New York.
Okay. So you know weather.
I know weather.
You from weather. I miss it too, but I don't miss it that much because I go on the road.
Yeah.
And there it is. This weekend I'm going on the road.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
Okay. You ever like forget and then check your calendar? You're like, oh shit, a flight in the morning.
Exactly. I know I leave on Friday. Well, this week we're recording this the week before I go to Toledo. I'm going
cool.
to Toledo for some festival for one night,
nice.
And then Portland, Oregon for another festival.
I love Oregon. I'm new to Portland. I've been there twice. I did Harvey's Comedy Club.
Nice.
And it's very nice. They're very relaxed out there.
They're mellow. A lot of tall bikes, a lot of taxidermy.
Very mellow.
A lot of things happening. They just want a donut with a piece of bacon on it.
That donut place, Voodoo Donuts, they actually do marriage ceremonies there.
Yeah, they're a little too precious for me. They're a little too twee.
You guys are adorable. I feel nauseous.
It's a lot. So, what are your favorite coffee mugs? I wonder.
You know what?
Do you have a favorite coffee mug? Do you have a favorite mason jar?
I have a favorite mason jar, and it's the mayo jars because they're a little bit bigger than the average jar. And they're really good when you want to fill it with, scotch and ice.
Scotch and ice.
Or iced tea, yes.
Yeah, or scotch and ice.
And whenever I have a mug that has a state on it that I did comedy at and my friends are from, I feel extra love when I sip out of it. Like Chicago, a lot of friends from Chicago, that kind of thing.
Yeah, Chicago's a great town for comedy.
Yeah.
I'm on some sort of 4-year rotation with Zanies.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I keep hearing I need to hit up Zanies because they don't. They don't make it so that, did you win a Grammy? Now you can come perform here. Like that kind of thing.
Right. It's just regular comics.
Yes.
Bertle, which is why it's a rotation from hell, because he's trying to book everybody that no one else will book.
Oh.
Right.
Jackie emails him right now.
I know. Can I please be the one?
Yeah.
And, okay. Well, fair enough. And now I really want to talk about HGTV, which I don't know anything about.
You don't?
No.
Oh God, so many women will hear this and be like, girl, it's my roommate. HGTV is when my husband goes to work. I put the TV on and I don't need him, actually.
Right. All day, whatever the show is, it's on.
It's all home improvement. I'll keep it on mute so I can get work done.
Okay. So you'll work at your computer and have the TV on closed captioning?
No.
Oh, you don't even care.
I don't.
Just the flickering light.
If I turn to it and I'm like, oh, look at that house, then I want to hear take it off mute and hear what they have to say. But it's just because I'm going to own a home one day. I want to own a home one day. I would love to take a piece of crap home in San Fernando Valley.
Right.
And
attainable.
Redo the whole thing, because I've been to some of these homes and people there, like it's the writer from Dynasty used to live there.
Yeah.
And they've done literally nothing to it.
Welcome to our house.
Since Knots Landing was a hit.
We painted this wall. That's the wall we painted. You just noticed it. We did a nice job.
It's beautiful.
And, we did get these windows put in.
They're nice.
And then we got a side trellis in the hopes that we could grow a vine over it to block the sun.
Ah.
But none of the vines we've ever planted have taken. So the
vines are like, it's hot.
Right, we're 5 years into planting vines and none of them have taken. The bougainvillea might. We just planted that this year.
Okay.
So, but now it's drought and the worst. And, oh my God. But I'll show you around, because what we want to do is, we want to do things. Andy wants to blow out the kitchen. You probably know how.
I've seen so many kitchens torn apart and made, ta-da!
Right. I think it takes months and possibly a year.
Well, on HGTV, it takes 1 hour. So I need for you to get the right equipment.
What are the shows? What are the shows that you don't have on mute?
I love House Hunters, because they're usually a half hour. No, the one I love now, House Hunters Renovation. They get a couple or whomever's buying a house.
Right.
The first half hour is picking the house out of the 3 they look at.
Okay.
And then the last half hour is they pick the house and now they're remodeling either the whole thing or certain rooms.
Wow.
And that I like it. And a lot of times out here in Southern California, they do it. San Fernando Valley, because I guess they figure maybe the production company's out here. I have no idea.
Exactly. They're already out here. That's why a lot of those shows take place here.
Yeah.
They're just like, because they cost a nickel.
Yeah.
And,
and although they have some other shows, Love It or Listed also, but that's usually filmed in Canada.
Okay.
And they don't tell you when they're doing it. We're in Canada, but you look around, you're like, this house would be $47 million.
Right, but we're in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
So it is $170,000.
Exactly. So that's why I just love watching the homes change, or people looking for homes, or I look at it because I want the Texas. Oh my God, when I watch Texas.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I took the change in my pocket right now, I could buy a ranch.
Oh, you could get a down payment on a ranch.
You could. It's just so big. Everything is big in Texas is not a lie. So your house and the 3 next to you, buy them, blow them out. That is a lot in Texas. It's insane. I now know why so many comedians who are road comics are like, I don't need to live in Hollywood. Why in the hell?
Right. I can come here because I can afford to stay for a month.
Yes.
Because I live in a place that isn't $1 million.
My house is in Nashville. I will see you at Christmas time.
Right. Fair enough. Yeah, I think Nate Bargatze, lives in Nashville. And Chad Daniels lives outside of Minneapolis, like somewhere, because he tried to live here, and then I think his kid, he does some joke about how his kids came home caring about something that he didn't want them to care about.
They're like, Mom, guess what I don't do now? Gluten. All right, we're leaving. Pack your stuff.
Pack your shit. We're going back to Minnesota.
What's funny with Nate is that when he told me he didn't live here to the Nashville, I'm like, I actually was like, but you do the Tonight Show so often. As if to say there's no way.
Right, that planes don't leave Nashville.
When they book me, I come back. How does that even work?
How does it work?
You just like get on the freeway if I get booked on something on TV and I'm lucky enough. But you actually fly to it? What's that like?
I don't know any, you know what? That's not true. I was going to say I don't know any women who do that, but Tammy Pescatelli.
Okay.
She lives in rural Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yeah.
I never see her, and I realize, she's not here.
She works
all the time.
She was think I ran into her in Montreal, so she's getting stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't know a lot of women that do. I know, some more, the black female comic. She lives in Florida, and she's a tour, she's a roadhead. She's a theater girl, but in terms of women, I can count on one hand how many that we know of who work all the time.
Right, like Rocky LaPorte went back to Chicago.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Years ago.
Fantastic, Rocky LaPorte. Yeah.
Rocky LaPorte's wonderful. But there's, I could find a bunch of dudes.
Oh, so many men.
So many men that are just like, oh no, I'm done.
Yeah.
But I'll still get work. No, you'll still like me? You'll still fly me in for television? Okay, fair enough. And,
just left. Owen Benjamin, he left.
Yeah? Did he?
Yes, he moved to the Adirondacks, I think, on the East Coast.
These are all comics you guys can look up, you guys. These are great comics. Because some people moved and you're like, oh, good. But people I like Rocky and Nate, you're like, oh, well, then I guess I won't see you.
And when Owen moved, he put this long explanation on his Facebook page to explain he was tired of the Hollywood machine, of people who,
he's tired of the machine,
of YouTube stars, and he's a classical pianist on top of being a comedian. He's like, how many skills do I have to have?
Yeah,
then I have to work with these peons,
right?
That kind of thing. So he took his wife and his kid. And he's like, you all can go to hell, and he's still on tour. I still see his tour announcements.
Right. He's still working. Same with Mary Mack. Mary Mack and Tim Harmston are married.
Yes, I met her once.
And they live in Minneapolis. They have a house, and they spend like 2 months in New York, and they spend like a month or 2 months here.
Yeah,
and then they're done. They're like, then they have lives. They're on the road. Mick just did Conan.
Okay.
So
see?
Yeah, so she's working. It's fine. She told me she's going to be driving through Indy the night that I'm opening for Maria. She's like, "You guys need an MC?" And I said, "I don't know. I don't. That is not my show, but I will ask." And so I was like, "Why are you driving through Indianapolis? What do you need to do? Should I get a room with 2 beds? Do you want to crash?"
Yeah.
And she said, "No, I have a service animal now, so I need to get my own room."
Got it.
And I was like, I was just thinking about this. All animals are service animals. That's why we domesticated them. I was
That's
like,
true.
Only certain animals get vests, like a members only jacket, but the rest of them, or a more newer reference. A newer reference would be nice.
No, those jackets are back in style now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, welcome back.
Oh, maybe the dog is chilly and he gets to wear a vest.
Exactly. Just a little vest, you know what else is back in style? Is those puffy vests, the Marty McFly.
Oh yeah, they came back a while ago, but every winter I see the catalog, J. Crew and stuff, and they're back.
And they're back.
Yeah.
And I bought one, and I was like, this doesn't look good on me again. From 1985, this was a mistake.
I think if you're well endowed up top, I think we need to, because they have them where they're not so like I'm trying to hide groceries. Yeah. They have them where they're a little thinner.
Yeah.
Those are the ones we wear.
Right. Well, okay. Well, then of course it's not as warm.
No. Well, then you look cute, but you're shivering.
You're still cold, and they don't have any sleeves anyway, so the whole thing is a disaster.
It's kind of a waste.
I had this and there are pictures of it. It's just baiting me of a jacket a sweater jacket kind of thing that I got at Banana Republic.
Oh, that sounds cute.
Ago. It was super cute.
Yeah.
No idea where it is. I don't know how I could have lost it, but I've seemed to have. How do you lose a jacket?
I've actually, in the last 5 years of my career, for the first time in my life, I'm losing clothing. Like jackets and sweaters. Like I'll go back and look and I'm like, where the hell is that poncho? I've lost watches. And I grew up, my parents' house, moved to California, lived on my own, never lost stuff.
Right.
Because one person was monitoring it in my family.
Right.
And then out here. But now with the planes and having traveled part of my life,
yeah, I
actually lose things that I'm like, what? I lost my watch? I'll call housekeeping, the hotel. They're like, ma'am, we don't know.
And we don't know. And they never do find it.
No.
It's,
or they find it, they're like, oh, I'm wearing it right now. You're lost.
Okay, so that watch, I never pronounce his name right, and I'm consistently mocked by all 17-year-olds and, no, up to 30.
Yeah.
It's Khaled, DJ Khaled.
Oh.
So that watch makes
DJ Khaled.
It's Khaled. I kept calling Khaled.
Nobody can say it.
And it doesn't matter because bless up, you guys. Fan love. And I follow him on Snapchat.
Oh, and God. How could you?
Because it is one of the most fascinating and boring things I've ever seen in my life. He seems like such a nice man.
I hear he's very pleasant and positive.
With the most boring life I've ever met. I mean, he gets to meet all the fanciest people in the world.
Yeah.
And he's always talking about thread count and his clothing and he'll pan his watch and his shoes and you're just like, okay. But he's on Snapchat every 20 minutes. And so
I'd be like, where are the hoes? Where are the drugs? Is Puffy nearby? I'm like, nothing is interesting.
And now it's elliptical love because he started doing cardio.
Oh God, now he's a total snooze. Oh God.
He seems, and he gets his hair cut on Snapchat every 2 days. Every 2 days, we get to watch him get his hair
This is
shaved.
hilarious. Now I want to follow him.
It's my current dorkdom. I call it Snapchat television. It's Snapchat TV, you guys.
Oh God, that is hilarious.
It's like, but Joe Zimmerman and Nikki Glazer and James Davis, I met him last night.
Okay.
They all have TV shows on the Comedy Central channel of Snapchat.
I know. I've known James Davis. Shout out to James for years. Watched his career rise, and I saw the announcement. I'm like, I don't even understand what it is you've accomplished, but congrats!
Right, congratulations. He was on. I had never met him last night, and he was the last person to make fun of my pronunciation of DJ Khaled. But he was hanging out with a guy named Sidney, and he was doing "Put Your Hands Together" last night at UCB. That Cameron Esposito and Rhea Butcher podcast show. And so he went up and she introduced him as having this show on Snapchat. And he got up and he was like, yes, I got a show, you guys. See this jacket? It was $200 because I bought it. Because I got a show on Snapchat, you guys.
Oh my God.
Crazyville. Anyway, so what I want to know is what show should I watch if I were just going to find an HGTV app? Because you said you kept cable just for it. You don't watch any other
I've gotten rid of cable 6 or 7 times in the last 3 years because I'm like, I don't need it. It's a waste of money. I need to get my writing done.
Yeah.
And then I go through, oh my God, I can't. First of all, I booked a few commercials and I wanted to see myself.
Oh, there you go.
So, and my friends, I like to watch all of you guys work. I want to see if you're on television.
Right.
When you get a new show. Because I want a sitcom, so I like to watch all the sitcoms.
Oh,
so I'm like, you know what? Just make more money and keep cable. Stop complaining and just make more money.
Right.
Nobody ever thinks of that. They're like, why don't you get rid of everything? Why don't you make more money? Nobody ever gives you that as an option.
I think that should be sewn on a pillow. Just make more money.
Just make more money. It's really expensive and I can't afford. Make more money. Coffee Bean is killing me. Make more money, bitch.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. So HGTV, do they have it in HD?
Yes.
Is it?
And it's on
God.
HD.
Thank God.
Yeah.
You want to really get the wainscoting. You want to zoom in.
You know what wainscoting is.
I do. I like wainscoting, actually.
It makes you knowledgeable. Like if I go to someone's house and they explain stuff, I'm like, no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You rent an apartment. It has nothing to do with what I know. Don't judge me.
Right. Well, at this house, Andy had this great job at PlayStation for years. And so when we started dating, he was like, I'm thinking of buying a house.
That would make your male guest like give an erection on the spot. It got to.
Oh, he has a Sega Genesis jacket that he has consistently offered money from other nerds and dorks.
Of course.
Who are like, because he's also super tidy. And so it's very nice. He's had it for probably 15, 20 years.
That's fantastic.
And it's very nice. He keeps his clothes quite nice. And, but he was like, I want to buy a house and will you help me pick it? Which I should have known then that he was going to ask me to marry him because, but I didn't because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So, so I was like, okay. And so we go and we look at this house down by Culver City. It was beautiful. It had like a little fairy fountain in the background that was a ruin.
Yeah.
But I was like, we could fix it and turn it into a fire pit. And then we looked around at it and Andy was like, I think we could get it. It needed so much work, but he was like, we'll do it. It'll be like, It's a Wonderful Life. We'll fix it. And then his buddy Lee came in. He said, I'm just going to have, one of my friends, get a second opinion, a guy who owns a house.
Yeah.
And so we go in and Lee pointed out that it didn't have a back door. that the back door had been ripped off. Like it didn't have it had a screen
sure it wasn't
door.
a porch?
It was a screen door and no door. And he said, people have been squatting in this house.
That seems very Jacksonville, Florida. Like.
It was very Jacksonville. It was most of northern Florida.
Okay.
It was all kinds of trouble. It looked like, I'm surprised there weren't needles on the ground, because he was like, you can't buy this house. You are not the people who redo houses. I know you.
Everybody can. Anybody could do it.
You can redo houses, but will we?
Oh, yeah.
Remember, we just painted the one wall. We've lived here we moved in 2003. So we've lived here for 13 years. We've done nothing. And, yeah. All we've done is buy more comic books to stack around the house. We're using them as shelving. Like some sort of college kids who use milk crates. So what are your favorite things that they do to the houses?
I love watching demolition.
Okay.
I love watching them just take something, and they have a show. What is it? The Fixer Uppers, a married couple.
Okay.
And one house had the box when you walked in. It was like a alarm, but on the inside. It wasn't an alarm, but it would also tell you the back door is ajar. Bedroom door is locked.
Okay.
Somebody like an assistant.
Right.
But it was pre-demolition.
Okay.
So when he finally bought the house and was going to remodel it, he took a hammer to it. Was fantastic to watch.
Right.
He was like, "Shut your face," and I killed her.
He killed the ADT.
Yeah,
box?
he killed the box that
Okay.
was talking to him. Like he'd walk in and he'd be like, "Good morning." He's like, "I can't." Who
No.
would live with this?
Right. You can't live we have an alarm system because Andy, he got laid off from work and then he was home. And so people would come to the door and sell stuff and Andy would buy it.
You never realize how much activity when I go home to see my parents.
Yeah.
The phone rings all day long.
All the time.
The kitchen phone. And they're like, and I'm like, are you going to answer it? And they're immune. They're like, no, don't. I'll pick it up. And they're selling and selling and selling. I'm like, get on the do not call list.
Well, we are on the do not call list and we get at least 5 or 6 calls a day.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway. And so we canceled our voicemail with the phone company. We have a landline because Andy is also a safety mouse.
Yeah.
And he believes that a landline is somehow more good when there's an earthquake. I don't know. And or when the grid goes, I don't know what's going to happen. But so
I hear we're going to have an earthquake soon. I keep reading it is on its way.
It was supposed to happen today.
Today?
Yeah, it was an earthquake. There was an earthquake because today's Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Is today Tuesday?
No, it's Wednesday.
Oh, we missed it, you guys.
Really? Maybe I was asleep.
Right.
I need to go buy 45 cans of tuna, like right now.
I have to say, I had never heard there was an earthquake alert. It was like a tornado warning, right?
I kept reading about it.
I kept reading about it, and I was like, but there's nobody, we've never had a tornado alert before.
No.
Possible tornado, an earthquake alert. So it was from last Thursday to Tuesday. They said because of seismic activity down in San Diego, there might be an earthquake. Well, it's Wednesday. I'm just going to live like I've always lived. Have you been through, how long have you?
I've been here since 2000 and I've only felt maybe 3 earthquakes when I'm asleep. Okay. I'll feel like a slight jarring and I'll be like, oh, all right. But usually the majority of them, I've felt none of them. Sorry, I have my old roommate showed me a crack in the living room wall that I did not see. And when he was moving out, he goes, oh yeah, by the way, did you see this? And it was a crack from the ceiling to the ground. But you had to touch the wall for it to show. Yeah. And I'm like, so you're moving out. And you're like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you your house is about to cave in. And then he left.
Our sidewall has cracks in it from the 94, the big one.
Yes. The Northridge one?
Yeah, which isn't that far from here.
No.
And, Andy was down in Westwood in 94. I think he was still living by UCLA because he had graduated and still lived there. And, because that's what people do.
Men take a long time to acclimate to.
And keep moving.
Yes.
Just keep moving. And, I've tried to explain earthquakes to people in Wisconsin. And it's just like, I was like, when you're in the lake and your feet can't touch the bottom of the lake, but there's a bit of a wave. That's what it feels like to be in an earthquake. And and Andy's like, he doesn't like tornadoes. All
nobody likes any natural disaster.
Right. But all the Californians, they're like, no, tornadoes are worse. Hurricanes are worse. And I'm like, No, you can leave. You know they're coming. An earthquake is like I've never seen a warning for one before. And it's just, essentially, if there's an earthquake, I have to go stand in a doorway and wonder, will I die? I wonder, will it all hold? That's what I do when there's an earthquake.
That's like Florida or certain parts of the country where you know you're going to be underwater once a year and you're going to have to rebuild your house every spring. Why won't you move? Why won't you go? But they stay there like, oh, the big one's coming again. Why would you have to use the word again?
Again. Right. Same with, is it Fargo or is it Grand Forks? Grand Forks, North Dakota. Every year, the Red River overflows.
Yeah.
Every year. They're shoveling sand into sacks to build sand levees.
Saks Fifth Avenue, the department store?
Saks Fifth Avenue. And but the weirdest thing is they're doing it by hand. Yeah. And I heard a comic one time, I think it was Dave Mordahl, did this bit about how he was like, how do they bag sugar? Why are you doing it by hand? And what did you do with the bags from last year? And why are you still here? Why is it you know it happens every year. So
I was in a hurricane once because the Caribbean every year, everyone might die. And I was in Jamaica during a really bad hurricane and everyone was praying prior to it as if to say, this is it.
Wow.
And I was like, I need to go back to America. And they thought I was selfish. I'm like, no. I don't live here.
Right.
So let me just go. And you guys, I will pray for you.
Right. Or you can get your shit and come with me. How about that?
But then you know what? That's the whole thing is that the visa thing with people who really can't leave.
Yeah.
They're like, well, I would leave, but I can't by law without applying for it. I'm like, well, I'm still going because I can go wherever I want to go.
I know. I kind of won the lottery.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
My bad.
It's not entirely great. But I was just in Toronto and I was talking to the audience and one night and I did this joke that has worked here in the States. And it was, I didn't think that the United States, I never would have called that the United States was going to be the bad guy in World War II. And that has gotten a bit of a laugh here in the United States. And in Canada, it got silence.
Really?
Dead fucking silence. And I looked at them and I said, did you know? And they were all nodding. And then I said, how long have you known? And a guy in the third or fourth row goes, for decades. For decades we've known. You guys are the bad guys. And I was like, Jesus Christ. No, you're not the bad guy.
Everyone thinks America is the bad guys.
Well, I did not. I never would have called it. And, but here we are. And, okay. Beverly Hills Cop? You've seen hundreds of times?
100. I know it verbatim. First of all, I'm obsessed with Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
If anyone knows me, knows.
I like to find that out 30 minutes in.
He goes to My Coffee Bean.
Oh, does he?
Yes. He gets Coffee Bean every morning.
Here in the Valley?
He's talked about it on talk shows that he has a coffee bean addiction and he gets the coffee every morning. So I don't go every morning because luckily I may have to work once in a while.
Right.
But when I do go, it's where I go right. It's my office. And every time I've been there, he's there.
Every time.
And for years, I'm like, I wouldn't talk to him. I would have a small seizure, like when he walked in.
Yeah.
He'd walk in and I was like, I couldn't swallow. Like I felt nauseous. But you couldn't tell.
Murphy.
Because I'm like, he's here with his either girlfriend or alone. No one's bothering him. Let me not be the one to pass
step
out.
forward.
You know, and make him be like, can't go back there because this bitch is crazy.
Right.
So finally one day outside, he's going into his car and I said, Eddie, from my car parking.
Yeah.
Can I get a picture? Like, we're outside the store. Yeah. No one's in the parking lot. Let me bug him now.
Yeah.
And he was like, is your phone ready? Like, I'll take it, but don't be fiddle faddling.
Right.
Trying to find the camera app.
That's kind of an interesting attitude.
He was nice though, but if you've seen him, he's no punk. Like, he's always going to talk to you like, let's go. Whatever you need is yes, but don't waste my goddamn time.
Right. And fair enough. Yeah. Because if other people saw you doing it, it would just get to be a line.
Yes.
So he's like, if we can do it quickly.
Yes.
Yes.
And then it was the best selfie I've ever taken.
Really?
Where he's smiling, I'm smiling. When I'm done, he goes, have a great day.
And you're like, yes.
He's about his business, but don't fucking take a long time. Let's go.
Good for him.
Yes.
And good for you for like, and it is ready and we are doing it and whatever happens.
I said, I was like, yes, sir. I'm ready. I was in my car, like, getting it ready, knowing if you're going to ask him, be prepared.
Yeah, just be prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I'm I don't know. It's, I always offer to be the one to take the picture with Brian Regan or Maria.
Okay.
Cause I'm like, yeah, chop. Because otherwise it will be hours here.
Oh yeah.
And they are both incredibly nice people. And I'm just opening for them. And it's, you know, and it's not that Maria doesn't want to find out what meds you're on and what psych ward you were in. She really does want to know.
So sweet. She's so patient and so nice.
Enormously nice. But it will be hours later.
Yeah.
And
because audiences, God bless your souls, you'll make it a photo shoot if we don't cut you off.
Right. All of a sudden, speaking of photo shoots, wait a minute. So I have not seen Beverly Hills Cop.
What? Okay,
I'm
I
like
have to go.
No, I've seen
Guys, it has been great. I need to get my shit.
Storm Out.
What?
Very Laurie Kilmartin.
The first one you've never seen?
No, I've seen it. I have not seen it in probably 15 years.
Why? It's always on everything all the time.
Cable. I don't have cable.
It's on Netflix.
Is it on Netflix?
Yes.
Okay, well then I'll put it in. I'll put it in my queue.
Netflix will take up your life. I know.
I think that's where I found out that people smuggled drugs in coffee. That's where I think I learned that.
What? Where?
In
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes. That's how we got it from South America.
Are you a big Netflix person?
We have Netflix. I'm not a big moving picture person.
You mean everything that's on in entertainment?
Yes. My work, the thing that I'm supposed to watch for work? Yeah, I don't. I'm not, it is not. I watched 2 episodes of Luke Cage last night. Is that something? Yeah,
right. You've seen this as a current event that's is that related to that kind of thing, kind of person,
right?
No?
Well, I have a screen.
Yeah.
I am looking at my mobile device almost all the time. I'm watching Snapchat television.
I've watched Luke Cage. I think I'm on episode 5 or 6.
Okay.
And have you watched all the other?
No.
Jessica Jones. Did you watch that?
First season of Daredevil. I've seen that.
I see all of Daredevil.
Okay.
Yes.
I have not seen any Jessica Jones, which I hear is great.
Yes, it's fantastic.
I know. Andy, he doesn't like to binge watch things.
You don't gotta binge. You just gotta be aware that they're on and see one or 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or 27.
Or 27 in a row. And so the damn thing is never on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's so nice.
It's a nice television.
Yeah.
When we got engaged, I said, I do not want an engagement ring. I want a flat screen television. Because I'm never going to break it or
sure
lose it.
You don't have a penis? Let me see.
I do in the drawer next to my bed. But he got me an engagement ring anyway. And a television. Yeah. Cause, he was pretty flush that year.
Yeah.
But I broke the ring. I broke it in the first 2 weeks.
How do you break?
I don't know. I'm constantly shoving my hands in my pocket like an 11-year-old boy.
So your khakis broke a diamond? The world's hardest substance?
No, it didn't break the diamond, but luckily I didn't lose the diamond.
Oh, okay.
But it popped out one of the other stones because he designed it with my favorite other stone, which is like a rose quartz or something.
It's beautiful.
It's very beautiful. He's good at it.
Yeah.
He's really good at being married.
Oh.
And God love him. How long have you been married?
I'm not married to anybody.
Wait. I thought you...
I'm alone.
Fuck me. I was alone for 17 years.
No, I've been on and off, but I don't have a boyfriend. I'm actually, now it's gonna sound fake. I'm in a really happy place right now. As she cries and storms out.
It actually sounds like you are in a really happy place.
I am, because I am for the first time, I think in years, not making part of my validation be related to dudes.
Yes.
And that's why I'm actually happy.
Yes. It doesn't, I mean, that's what I did was, cause my validation was never attached to dudes. It was entirely attached to my career.
Really?
So what I had to do is I had to let go of my goddamn career like 15 years ago. And I said, why don't I care about dudes?
And then you're like, let me explore. Nope, girls.
No.
Don't do it for me.
No, I'm looking for the pointy bit.
Yeah.
And, so.
Pointy bit. The question you have to ask yourself when you're like, why don't I like guys? No, I do love them.
I do.
Where are they? Let's go find some.
Well, I would just, I would do that thing that guy comics would do is I would get laid occasionally on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people do.
I've never met a woman. I'm so scared to get laid on the road by strangers.
Terrifying. That's why.
Because I'm like, I wanted to kill. I don't want to be killed on the road.
Right. Right. It's exactly that, and it's, but if I could get drunk enough, it didn't matter.
That's even more of a reason for you to be kidnapped and thrown in the trunk of somebody's car.
Exactly, but I lucked out. All guys who were like, no, let's not kill her. Let's just fuck her and then leave. This is a horrible story, but one time I got laid I was doing an afternoon gig in Iowa on a river, on a casino boat.
Sounds fun.
Which was attached to the shore because all it had to be was on the water to be considered a boat, and then they could have a casino. That was the way the casino laws in Iowa were working at the time. So this has got to be 20 years ago. And I was gambling and drinking. Yeah. And it was 5:30, still light out. It was a summer gig. So it was early. We had done some sort of weird afternoon gig. And so we had the night off. So I was already half in the bag and I was playing, blackjack.
Did you perform already?
Yes.
Okay.
I was done.
I was about to say Jesus.
I know. Oh no. The only thing I cared about was I never did comedy drunk.
Oh, okay.
Because I couldn't justify it.
Yeah.
And I was playing cards and a guy was hitting on me and I was like, yeah. Playing cards and drinking. And, like a man.
Yeah.
And one of the other comics was this woman from Minnesota. And she was always very pretty and she tried to cut him out she was like hitting on him. And I was like, no, he's mine.
Yeah.
And so I quit the game. I finished my drink. We went back to my room and had sex. And I was back playing cards again in 20 minutes. That guy, genuinely offended.
They don't like to be used, but I love it when we use them.
I am not the hero of that story.
Wow. I love it all, though.
Right. Well, and there were witnesses as I walked away. But there were plenty of that was it. I used to do this joke about how it doesn't matter how big of a feminist you are if you have sex with a stranger and that's what you're doing. There's always a moment when you think to yourself, is this where he kills me? It's very awkward and impossible to have an orgasm when you're poised for flight.
You're getting banged out, but you're looking out for the exits. You're like...
I'm getting banged out. That is what I'm clearly writing that down. Banged out.
I'm getting banged out. Where's that door?
Where are the exits? Where are my
car keys? Actually.
Grappling hook up. Pulley system go. And
I've only had a one night stand with somebody I did not know well on one gig, and it wasn't a one night stand because I met him.
Didn't know him well.
Didn't know him at all.
Okay.
He was
okay.
He was in
stranger.
the bar part of the hotel.
Sure.
And the elevators stopped at the bar part before it went up to where the rooms were. So like very little moving around, very convenient for anyone who's like, want to meet somebody at the bar? Right upstairs. And then we did it, but then when we were done, he fluffed the pillows and got comfortable and he stayed there. And of course we all have a flight to leave the next morning. But when we're done, he didn't get up and like, all right, babe, and walk out.
Right, like some sort of caricature. Because men are actually nicer.
Yes.
Than me. But
I think they're nicer than when they're trying to just get some, they come across, because we really just want to be serviced. And I don't want to get to know you at all.
I wanted to be banged out.
Yeah, I want to be
banged out. It's been great, but I've been banged out now.
But he was slept and he woke up all chipper and chatty, and I'm like, I have a flight in 2 hours. I don't even know why you're still here.
I don't know why. I know, which makes us not the heroes of that story. And people are always talking about how lame dudes are, and you're like, no, some dudes are fine. Some dudes are perfectly nice men.
Yeah, exactly. And I've been lucky enough. I'm not one of those girls who has a horrible story about being beaten or cheated on or left. I don't attract guys like that.
Right.
So that's the thing.
Right. As soon as that guy comes near me, I'm just like, oh, I see what you are.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to hang out with you. I barely, unless you're super funny, I don't even want to watch you on stage.
Exactly. Oh my God. If I met a guy who was beautiful and a comic and I'm like, watch a set and I'm like, oh no. Why? You are horrible.
Right. You are. I was telling Lori Kilmartin the other day that, that some men are very good looking who do stand-up comedy, and I don't like them until they're funny.
Yep. That's like, me too.
It was John Mulaney is very handsome.
Yes, he is cute.
And then he opens his mouth and you're like, oh, it's okay. All right. You are attractive. I'll give it to you. Or if they have a bad set, I'll have a crush and be like,
And he'll come off how was it? And I'll be like, and probably we probably were gonna go leave like after the show and go fool around, but I'm like, I'm sleepy.
No, I'm sleepy now. Have a better set. Keep working on that middle chunk. Because
we're so bad, but it's true.
It's sadly true because I was obsessed for so long about the comedy.
Yeah.
And then I decided to be obsessed about the menfolk and give it a shot. It was exhausting. The online dating. Exhausting.
I don't do it anymore because it takes over my life.
Oh yeah.
And when I did it when it first became interesting, where every woman was scared to do it. They're like, no, this is how you're gonna die.
Right. That's how I met in 2000. We met in 2003.
That's when I was on it.
Yeah,
heavy.
I
was on one side, blackpeoplemeet.com.
Okay.
I fucked every guy on that site. I had repeaters. And
good.
after a while, I was like, I felt like a
doing
whore.
Good work.
I was having a fantastic time. I was single. I had a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I did comedy at night, so I didn't have the stress of trying to make it.
Yep.
And I met guys. I met a lot of our Marines and Army dudes, and I got off when I either started dating one for a while.
Yep.
And they became boyfriends, and I'm like, all right, enough of the online, because I was really into it.
Yeah.
I haven't been on it seriously in about 5-6 years. I got on OkCupid a few weeks ago just to put the app on my phone and play around, and the messages these guys leave, they're so sensitive and annoying. They try to be funny. Cause I put that I'm a comedian but their messages try to be, I'm like, don't. What are you doing?
I don't think I said I was a comic.
Yeah,
I think I said I was an actor.
Wise. Oh, okay.
I think I said I was an actor. And then what was funny is I did my profile and then I had a couple of friends look at it and they said, yeah, you might want to tone down how hilarious your profile is. A little more sincerity, a little less hilarity.
How about you be a person?
Yes, be a person.
Yeah.
And plus I had also made like a conscious desire, because I had always had these giant crushes on these jackasses. I was just like, that guy. Remember that line in Tina Fey's book, Bossy Pants?
Which one?
That the genius isn't sexually transmitted?
No, I don't remember.
It's a great line. Because I listened to him on tape. And
hers I read. After hers, I got hip to the audiobook. I'm like, I'm going to go through these.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have an extra copy of, I got really into Norman Lear's autobiography. And he reads it. I have an extra copy of it if you would like it.
Yes, I will read it.
Please.
I met him. He's fantastic.
You met him?
Yes. He's 187.
Years
but
old.
He's still working. I read he's creating new shows.
Yeah, he is creating new. I'd forgotten about so many shows.
Yeah, I didn't know too. I was kind of like, his resume is insane. He saw me at the Ice House. He came to, I performed and I met him backstage. And I was like, when I heard who he was, I was like, what?
Did you get a selfie?
No. It was before the selfie craze.
Man, I want to meet him. They're just all so freaking old.
Yeah. And if you're going to meet him, hurry.
Only Mark Maron is getting to meet these people right now. It's really annoying to me. And, we have barely talked about your dorkdoms. We've mostly talked about me getting laid, I feel.
And I think that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Is everybody having a good time, Rangers? I hope you're having a good time, Rangers.
Rangers as in the hockey team?
No, the Rangers of the Dork Forest.
Oh.
Here's what I need to know at minute 44. You're also into hockey?
Yeah. Me?
Are you a sports
No, I'm
fan?
from New York, so I just figured.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. I hear Rangers. If I hear Rangers or New York Knicks or Giants, Jets, I'm like, oh, really? Just because I will be an obnoxious New Yorker for the rest of my life.
Okay, but do you watch those sports?
I watch none of them.
You watch, but you're a knee-jerk
I pretend to like sports to get laid.
Oh, interesting.
It's all part of the game.
I pretend not to care about the Packers so that I don't have to talk about them. Because I like the Packers.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it. And I certainly don't want to be the recipient of a lecture series. Unless it's like this, unless your dorkdom is the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
Yes, I will listen to it. But I don't know. But if a Sunday comes, and it does every week, and I know it's concussion ball, and I know that it's crime. There's crimes against humanity for buzzkill, but I like the sound of football in the background while I am roasting a chicken.
That's so homey. I understand that.
I have a cancer. Anyway,
that's my father would watch it. He watches sports all day, every day.
Sunday.
My whole life.
Every day.
When I go home, it's on all the time.
Right.
And this is a man who he doesn't make any noise, doesn't get excited. It's just on and he's watching it.
Yes. My dad loved, so it would be on. And then when it wasn't football season, for some reason, it was golf season. Mm-hmm. So there's something very soothing to me, the sound of golf.
I like golf on my TV also. I'll take naps to golf.
It is the best
napping sport. It is so relaxing. I love golf on TV when I'm not really watching it, but I can hear it.
It's like watching fish. It's so nice.
Or just homey women. We just want comfortable places to live.
Yeah, just a nice, I'm trying to do a thing.
Yeah.
And,
although of course I watched it. Most sports, if somebody black dominates, I'm like, let me see what this is about.
Yeah.
And that's what I started watching because of Tiger when he was in the middle of it. I don't even, does he play anymore?
I don't know.
He's really there.
Well, the crazy thing is that people are like, oh, it's over. Or they don't say it's over. They're just like, they say like it fell apart when any sports person, they're like, oh, he's been doing it for 12 years. He's terrible now. And you're like, has he been doing it for 12 years and he's really good at it and now his body is 50?
I know. You're like, you people will never reach whatever it is he's reached.
Right. So
he'll never be horrible, ever.
It's like the tennis sister people.
Venus and Serena.
Venus. I was going to say Vanessa myself and I was like, nah, it's wrong. So it's Venus and Serena where they're like, whenever they lose, they're like, oh, it's over.
But she used to be number one. She's also in her mid-30s, and her knees are probably killing her.
Right, and she has been playing since she was born.
Yes,
someone handed her a tiny, tiny racket when she was 3, and it's completely insane. So,
is it over for her? Well, her back probably hurts. Give her a break.
It's like when Brett Favre retired, and then didn't retire, and then retired, and then didn't retire. It drove everyone nuts, but it made sense because it reminded me of stand-up, where you're like, no, I'm not going to do it anymore. No, it's the only thing I know how to do. And I guess I'm going to
go visit a show. God, I want to go up.
I guess
I'm taking a break.
Wait, I'm not taking a, I'm up. No.
Do you want to go up?
Yes. Yes, I do. Are you working this week? Do you know what this 18th is?
The 18th. What is happening on the 18th? Today
will be Tuesday the 18th.
Tuesday the 18th is, I think I am going to check my calendar while we are
talking on
October 18th, I am here. What? Nope. No, my shows are, I'm at the Madhouse Comedy Club, October 21st and 22nd. That's in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
And I'm Comedy and Magic Club tonight and tomorrow, but that's pre-whatever release. I'll be in Vegas with Alonzo Bowden.
Okay.
At the Laugh Factory.
Oh, that'll be great.
10/24 to 10/30.
Okay, so October 24th through almost to Halloween.
Yes.
So that is exciting. I, this week, am going to be in Kansas City.
Nice.
With Bamfoo, and then Des Moines with Bamfoo.
I'm a new Bamfoo fan because I would be at shows and she'd do a set.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I'd look around the room like, does anybody know how funny she is? Like, am I the new? Because I'm really amazed. And they're like, Jackie, it's been this way.
Right.
Like, well, she hasn't been always on stage like this.
Well, and the thing is talk about you rarely see me.
Yeah.
You have to see her even less.
Yes.
Right? Uh-huh. Because you're a Comedy and Magic Club. She won't drive to Santa Monica.
No, I
to do a show.
I couldn't even imagine. She'd have to be brought to Comedy and Magic Club.
Her new album is called 20%, and that's how much she's giving.
One time she did a joke at, I think, Flappers.
Yeah.
And she started off with, I would rather be asleep. And I was like, I love her.
I wanted her to call it Why Strive, because that's in the middle of that joke as well. It's this whole thing about giving 20%. Now, her dogs, they know that even if they shit on the rug every day, they will get treats. Every day. Why strive?
She's so funny to me.
Oh my God, she's so freaking funny. And it's usually dark and political and smart.
It's fantastic.
But then she's doing this thing, she's just making fart noises. And you're like, what are you
I love
doing? It is so funny.
I love
dumb.
her therapy stories with her and her husband go to therapy and the songs that they sing. And I'm just like, she makes me want to talk about things that I'm like, this is personal, but it shouldn't be.
It should. About it. Yeah. That's why opening for her, it's opened up all of my writing. Cause she's like, please talk about that. So someone needs to hear that, if only me.
Yeah.
And before I go on stage, she'll be like, what do you want? What do you want out of this show? And I was like, that's not anything a comic ever asks another comic.
What do you want out of this show?
What's your vision board for this show?
I'd be dumbfounded like, the chicken fingers?
I want to get through the set and have nobody whip shit. And she's like, dare to dream. And, reach a little, what is that? That's not a bad, that's I think attainable goal. And then, but so sometimes I'm like, well, I want to try that one new bit. And she was like, yes. Like one time she said to me, do all new material.
I was about to say, you'll be in a stadium and you were like, this new, she's do it.
Yes,
like, that's against all the rules.
We were it was at 2,000 people, I think it was. 1,800, 2,000 people. And she was like, do all new material. And I was like, okay. And I said, does it count if it's not been on any of the albums? Cause I'm working on a new album. And she goes, yes, anything that has not been recorded, do that.
So the premise I thought about cats when I was taking a poop the other day. Do it.
Do it.
It's not thought out.
It's not thought out. Doesn't have a punchline yet. Might come on the road. Might come right in the moment.
You know, if you're actually, when you have a set where you're allowed to play, I do find that you're like, if you just talk it out, the punchline you'll actually button it yourself.
Yep.
And like, oh, they laugh. There's the punchline.
There's the punchline.
I've done that so many times.
It's so great. So
because they're with you and they're like, look, we know you know what you're doing, and if you don't, we're not going to be able to tell.
Exactly. So whatever.
So just do it.
Exactly. So, it's Jackie Fabulous, by the way, is who I'm sitting with. And it's at Jackie Fabulous on all the things. Except for Snapchat, which is Jackie Fabu.
Yes.
Because they did a weird thing. Or who knows. And,
I'm also on LinkedIn. I heard a comic the other day talk about.
Are you really?
He got really drunk. And he's like, you know you're drunk when instead of going online, you're like, let me go to LinkedIn and look for jobs. I forget his name, but it was so funny.
Oh my God,
that's drunken hilarious. Messages like he's like a message to like AT&T, like, "Hey, job, what's up?" Question mark.
That's insane.
LinkedIn is real, people.
It is. It's real only for non-comics, though. I mean, I'm
a lot of people in the industry are on LinkedIn.
Are they?
Producers, everybody who makes stuff happen. Yeah.
Oh, I can't face it. I can't face joining another thing.
You're busy with Snapchat. You and DJ got it.
Yeah, and Andy's on LinkedIn. He gets work from it.
Yeah.
But he's a game designer, so I mean, I don't know. It seems more production-y. Somebody handed me I did a set last night, and a guy came up to me at the valet stand. He goes, I swear, do you ever do commercials? And I said, no, but look at this, huh? And he goes, you're a walking commercial. I'm a casting director for commercials. And here's my card. Look at my website. I swear to God, I'm not any crazier than anybody else. I swear to God, I'm fine. Which made me I was like, I will take your card because of that line.
Yeah.
And so I haven't looked it up. It's sitting on my...
Speaking of valet, stop moving my seat all the way back. I've gotten in my car and like, you thought I was a little person. I'm like, how tall? Jose, you were the same height as me. Why is the seat so far back?
Right. I've taken to saying this to valet guys. Well, it's really nice meeting you. Because it's...
When you're leaving?
Yeah.
You leave them dumbfounded like, what's that?
Why? Why is the weird lady?
No,
it's really, is she gonna kill her?
She's gonna drive to the ocean. I think she just told the world goodbye.
Goodbye. Good day.
You play cards. What were you playing in that other story? What kind of cards? Poker?
Blackjack.
Oh, okay.
That's my casino game of choice. And whenever I do a casino, I have to hold off as long as possible before I start playing. Otherwise, all my money is shot.
I've almost missed sets. I'm Texas Hold'em poker person.
Oh, yeah?
And I've been at the table and been like, I have a show, but one more hand. I ran into the show like, oh shit, hey guys, I just lost $300. This gig pays $4. Let's go.
We have spent an hour not talking about the things you love. Every 15 minutes, let's introduce a new thing that we could have talked about.
Because I see you every 6 months, so this is more about catching up.
This is very nice.
Your podcast is about, I don't care.
Texas Hold'em. It could have been. Could have been about Texas.
Oh yeah, it could have been.
Did you ever watch that? You ever watch that when they were televising the
I watch
poker?
them all. It's on cable all the time.
Are they reruns now, or is it new?
No,
ones?
they're live. They're the Commerce Casino.
Okay.
And other casinos around a lot of casinos in Southern California.
Again, production companies
it's
are
cheaper.
cheap.
California's empty.
Yep.
Let's do it there. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, they always have live tournaments. Ex-boyfriend taught me how to play. Because once again, I pretended to like it to get laid.
Sure.
With a new guy. I'm like, yeah, I love poker. I don't like anything that guys like, really, besides action movies.
And then all of a sudden, right, in action movies.
And then I got into
56.
Yes. And then he take me to casinos on dates because the food is cheaper, the drinks are cheaper. He'd play, I'd watch him play. And then I'm like, no, I want to learn. And he forced me to learn. Now I adore it. I love it.
Right. So you do like things guys like.
I do. Now I do.
Well, you will pretend, but you will pretend to like anything if you like the guy.
It's just like sex.
It's just like, I think it's just like humanity. It's I know, I've never done it for sex. I have done it, for comedy. I learned how to play Magic the Gathering because the booker was a Magic the Gathering guy. And then I ended up liking it, of course.
What the hell is Magic the Gathering?
It is it's a collectible card game. There's a Pokemon version for little kids and a Yu-Gi-Oh version for little kids. And, but Magic the Gathering, it's essentially, you play monsters and you fight each other. It's sort of like war.
Okay.
But you have a deck and they have a deck and then you play your different monsters at each other. And
Sounds exhausting.
Well, you each have 20. It's a fiddly game. It's a little fiddly. It's not, and there's infinite number of cards because collect them all. Why not? Keep buying packs because Wizards of the Coast would love that. I think they own it. I'm not sure. Anyway, but I started playing that game because of, that was in like 95, 94. And I still play Magic the Gathering because of it, because it's a fun game.
Oh, it sounds
But I don't buy that many new packs, and so I usually get my hat handed to me, by someone who has the new, new characters and new whatever. And so, whatever. Do you play any games besides Texas Hold'em and?
No, I was surprised, because usually, like, I would never make the sports team because I'd be too girly. So I ended up just learning about basketball, like, why I like watching it. But the only thing I've ever tried to learn and stuck with is stand-up comedy and Texas Hold'em.
Are you good enough to tournament Texas Hold'em?
Yeah, I play with the real guys at any casino I go to, anywhere. I'll ask what the blinds are and I'll play.
What's the blinds?
The blinds. I can't. How do you explain it? I guess it's what keeps the game going, where you mandatorily have to put down a certain amount of money, so it could be $1, $3. Yeah.
Okay.
And the blinds could be.
They can be really expensive.
They can be really high, and it can make you have to go home early.
Right.
Because if you're not winning, but you're constantly giving into the pot for the blinds, you're like, well, I had $100, but it keeps getting around to me for the blind.
Right.
And then now I have no money. Did you lose? No, I just waited and sat there, and I wasn't winning, which I guess is losing.
Right. But, are you going to stop playing? No, you're going to make more money.
No, you're never going to stop playing. It's fun.
Just
and when
make
you
more
win,
money.
exactly. You don't have to stop playing. First of all, you could win. That's a strategy.
Right, that's a strategy.
Everybody always assumes like, oh, well, I lost and I had to move. You could win and make more money. That should be Tony Robbins' next DVD series. How about you win and make more money?
Is that on Netflix as well? Tony Robbins.
Yes, I watched it. Did you see it?
Nope. No, I didn't. Heard about it.
Yeah, the documentary on Netflix. He curses like a sailor.
Excellent.
I remember Lori Kilmartin posted, Anthony Robbins uses the F-bomb a lot. I'm in.
Excellent. Jackie Fabulous, it's been an hour.
Wait, I need lunch. We're done?
Yeah, we're done.
I was thinking sushi. No?
Okay. No. All right, well, we will gather. Do you want to go get lunch? I'll go get lunch with you.
No, I have to go to the gym. I joined Weight Watchers yesterday.
Second hour begins. And you count?
No, not that I don't want to go to lunch. We can schedule it for another time. Right. I have to leave for the Comedy and Magic and go to the gym. And
Jesus.
Yeah.
Because you're doing Comedy and Magic this very night.
Yes.
And okay, well then.
And I woke up and got dressed and came here.
Do you go to the gym down in Hermosa Beach?
No.
You should.
I should. LA Fitness, they're everywhere.
Oh, your LA Fitness? Is it the one on Coldwater or something?
No, the one on Victory I go.
Oh, there you go.
It's closer to my house. Coldwater, it's too small to me.
Okay.
It's like, it has different levels. You can't see what level leads to what.
Right.
And they're blocked off by walls. It's like you're working out in a jail.
I got talked into joining a gym when I moved here. And yep. Then I was a member of a gym. Did I go to it?
Which gym?
Bally's.
Oh, okay.
Over on Victory, which is now, I think, an LA Fitness.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Two of my friends, I put that in an email. Two of my friends had strokes in the last week.
In the last week?
Week. Less than 2 weeks. A week and a half, maybe?
Right. Well, I'm not gonna check.
Both of them under 50 years old. Both of them are recovering now.
Wow.
One of them not out of the woods yet. So, yeah.
So, you're gonna look into your health?
Yes. I'm gonna, because I weigh the same as Shaq does post-NBA.
Shaq? who's like 6'10".
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal, who's like 6'6".
I'm sure he's like 390, but it felt like that on the scale.
I was going to say, I don't think that could possibly be. That is a giant man. And, I think about, Andy, I was just talking about, there's a nerd gym in the valley here.
Oh, that's so cute.
Nerd Strong is what it's called. And,
oh my God, you should make them a sponsor. That would be cool.
I said I will join, and then you won't have to do anything about it because I won't show up anyway. I could be.
I'll wear your t-shirts.
Mm-hmm. I'll do a little plug on the Dork Forest, and it might work. They were cool. They were cool not doing that.
I would want to join just because there are probably men there who all have jobs.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Nobody. I read this in a science fiction book. Is that kind of nerdy guys? They age really well.
Yeah, they're not partying and stuff.
Right. They end up being more and more handsome as they get older.
Yeah.
And they have other interests besides partying and women
and not sleeping and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they usually do have jobs and they have careers and they're.
I'm gonna go find this gym.
Nerd Strong.
Thank you for your podcast not being on camera. I don't have nothing against those of you who do it on camera, but hair and makeup ready.
I have something.
And you do?
Yeah, I don't want any part of it. It's an audio moment.
Thank you.
I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
I'm wearing a robe, and I appreciate that you didn't make me have to do anything. The last one I did, shout out Kate McKinley. Kate, I can't pronounce your last name. Full hair and makeup, but I had an audition, so I did come camera ready.
Okay.
But most of them now, we walk in and it's like, hey, you ready? Look at the camera. I'm like, oh, why am I slating? This is not a show, but it's a podcast.
It's a podcast. There's no money in it for any of us. You get a free t-shirt though.
I love
so
t-shirts.
that'll be fun. All right, Rangers. We've been talking to Jackie Fabulous. It's been fascinating. I don't know how dorky it is. I didn't really get to. We'll have to have her back. Okay. You are loved, and Rangers, you know the rules out there. Take care of each other.
My hat, my hat, my hat. They're dancing around my hat, my hat, my hat, my hat. Well, what do you think of that? If it looks like a Mexican hat dance and it sounds like a Mexican hat dance, it's most likely a Mexican hat dance. So take off your hat and let's dance.
Yay! Oh my God. Why don't we just call that as the end of the show?